How's it going, guys? So in this week's PhantomCave video, we're going to be having a look at the Orient Express Part 1 and Part 2. So in Orient Express, we've got this beautiful, beautiful cover done by Alex Tripp. Now, Alex Tripp, he's done, 2 covers for us right now, and last cover we saw him do was last year in the Fight of the Singh Brotherhood trilogy, where in the Fight of the Singh Brotherhood trilogy, it's the 22nd Phantom storyline, and I've said this a lot of times on the channel. I like the story. I know a lot of people in this with the story line of the 22nd Phantom, they either don't like it or they hate it, or they haven't even read the first 3 parts for it that were published back in 2017 or something like that. So yeah, we will get into this comic, and like I'm saying, this comic is all about you know who, the Vultures. Now, the Vultures, basically the story is about, it's taken about back from the 17th Phantom in the 21st Phantom line, and we see it in the Chronicle Chambers books, I guess. So we start the story off with Phantom, Rex and Tom Tom are discovering this old train in the treasures room, and the Phantom is about to explain what that history is about and what the history about that train and how it involves the Phantom of the 17th generation. So we start the story obviously with that, but we start the story with a murder. Yes, one of the Vultures, as we get to know, murders one of the people who actually knows a very secret information about a plot to basically kidnap the princess. Now, the way the Phantom gets into this book is that the people from Scotland Yard, they come to him. They come to let him know that there may be a kidnapping opportunity on this train. Now, the train, it has very historical significance. Now, the train, I guess, this is stated, and it's back in the 17th Phantom line. So this is back in the 1800s. And yeah, I reckon it's a pretty good story. The Phantom then goes on to basically protect the princess over there's many continuations of this story, and there's obviously many attempts to try and kidnap the princess, but now we actually see the Phantom's on the train. He's basically right now he's trying to get this person who is obviously a vulture, and he obviously dies and falls off the train. Now, that historical significance in this comic, the way it's set out, the way the vulture nearly murders, does, I think, murder him. The way it's all set out, and all that sort of stuff, I just think it's a great story. Now, the Phantom, he's on the train, he's doing his business. The first attempt is basically none other than it's gone. The first attempt's gone, and basically they move on to the opera scene where there's a second attempt to try and kidnap the princess. And obviously the Phantom knows all what's going on. The princess is nearly kidnapped. The Phantom stops the kidnappers and wins. And then the Phantom takes the princess back to the train. And there we go. Now we move into the second part very soon. And the second part, this last part, there's a third attempt to try and capture the princess, I think. Yeah, there's a third attempt to try and capture the princess because the train, it sort of gets blocked off. So there's no wonder the vultures are actually doing this. And the vultures make a scene of where there's these bandits coming off the valley and they're trying to take the princess. They're trying to kidnap her. And this is the third attempt done by the vultures. Now, as we all know, the vultures are they're very smart and they're very gruesome in what they do. And now that the train is out of there, we move into the second part. And if you would like to get the Phantom Treasures of Dracon board game is out now, and it's get your copy before stock runs out, exclusive first print run only, done by Frew Publications. You can get that comic at you can get that board game at phantomcomic.com.au now. So we're going to move into the second part of this review. And take a minute and a look at that artwork. Oh, so good. So very good. This is probably one of my favorite covers of the year. Yeah, I reckon this might be one of my favorite ones. Anyway, we're moving on. The Orient Express Part 2. Now, this cover, I said in my news segment 2 weeks ago or something like that, or a couple of weeks ago, that I'm pretty sure, now I'm going to do the research, I'm pretty sure that back in 2017, Marcelo Bates actually did a cover for the Phantom. Now, I'm guessing... I think I know what I'm doing, and I think I know what I'm saying, because I think that Marcelo Bates, I reckon he did a cover in 2017, and this is his second one. Now, I'll be putting up the photo of the cover up on the screen right now, and that's just my opinion. That's what I think, and yeah, we'll get into the story. Next coming issue is 1891 Collector's Replica Series number 27, and I still haven't read it. It'll be on chopping block after this one. So we get into part 2 of the Orient Express. We have a little bit of text to say what happened in the last part and what might happen in the second part. I'll just move it over for you. So we're getting into the part of this adventure where it's becoming an adventure where there's basically a lot of attempts to try and kidnap the princess. Now, the princess, we've got into the Transylvania mountains, and basically it's snowing there. It's all mountains all over the place. And the princess thinks she can go for a ski, which in reality, the Phantom's obviously helping the other people. But in reality, the princess is in great danger, because if the guys from the back of the Phantom, if the Phantom wasn't here, wasn't doing his work, wasn't doing his business, then the princess would be attempted and would be kidnapped by now. Oh, that was a big line of sentence. But anyways, the Phantom obviously saves the princess and they get back onto the train. And now that the train is basically filled with snow, we've got water. Snow turns into water, obviously, when it ends at winter. And then we have wood that can burn in the coal fire, and like the fire where the coals go in the old trains. And now we move on to where there's fifth attempt to try and kidnap this one. And it nearly works. The fifth attempt nearly works. The Phantom obviously knows what's happening. He goes in search for the princess. The princess and the Phantom get basically get ambushed and they get locked up in chains. Now the Phantom, he's strong, he's agile, he's whatever you want to call him, but he gets out of his chains, he helps the princess, and they basically get away. And one thing is, where we see one of the cardinals? So in the next couple of pages, the princess is all happy. The princess, the fake princess even, nearly gets on the train and nearly diverts everyone's attention, so the princess is back on the train. But the real princess isn't on the train. So the Phantom goes to the train, he's at the train, and the fake princess disappears. And then, hold everything. Is there a sixth attempt to kidnap the princess? Yes, there is. So they have to go on a boat. They get attacked by pirates. This story's got everything you want in it. It's got drama, it's got action, it's got stupendous action, and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. So the captain sees that there's pirates coming on board his ship. The Phantom gets away mischievously and disappears. And then, like I was saying in my review of the Avon novel number 13 on Sunday, he blows the ship up. Yes. Like in Avon novel number 13, the island gets exploded. Now this ship, the pirate ship, gets exploded. What is this? Oh, that was just my little joke. Hope you got that. But the Phantom basically saves the princess. The princess goes back to normal days, and the 17th Phantom gets invited to a sort of presentation where they present the Phantom a gift. Now the gift is the little model train that we saw. Now the Phantom obviously disappears. He goes out into the jungle and mysteriously takes the train with him. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. So back in those days, back when the 17th Phantom was obviously doing his thing, Bengala, as he said in the last part of this story, Bengala was basically a British colonial colony, and that's how the Phantom got this beautiful treasure that is a model of the Orient Express. And yeah, it's so cool. We have another ad for the Phantom Treasures of Drakon board game. And as I said in this book, you can get the board game now, only first print run only while stocks last, and you can get that at phantomcomic.com.au. But I'm going to do something. Have a look at that cover. So good. Thank you, Marcelo Bates. We will be tagging you in this video and in the tagging of basically the image. So, if you would like to subscribe to the Phantom Cave YouTube channel, you can do so down below. And as always, keep Phantom Caving, and we'll see you next time on the Phantom Cave YouTube channel, and see you.